that is searching for a cure and has not been found yet. And hopefully we can, through this effort, provide some benefit to that effort. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Could you?
Yourself.
Yeah.
I am Jeff Stafford, Program Director for the Mississippi Sickle Cell Foundation. Now, am I limited to 3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
I'm Baptist.
You Methodist today.
Good morning to all of you, Mayor Johnson, council persons. I am Jeff Stafford. Again, I do represent the Mississippi Sickle Cell Foundation, which was started in 1996 by a group of concerned citizens, nurses, and doctors in the Jackson area who were tasked with the idea of meeting the challenges and the issues of those persons who live with sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is primarily an African American disease, but it is not solely necessitated on African Americans. About 1 in every 400 births produces a child of sickle cell disease. Actually, hearing about 1 in 8,000 Hispanics have sickle cell disease, and actually, Ms. Barrett's on about 1 in 20 to 30,000 Caucasian Americans contract sickle cell disease. So it is not exclusively our disease, but it is primarily ours, and about 1 in 8 persons actually carry the sickle cell trait. Now, what that actually means for a person is a lifetime chronic disease, which by our current medical standards is considered a pre-existing condition. You're born with sickle cell, you inherit it at birth, so right off the bat you have a pre-existing chronic condition which can produce such issues as strokes, seizures, infarctions, which essentially is a deadening of the organs and tissues, pulmonary, splenic, and all kinds of other things, but mostly pain. Pain in the joints, which is likened by one person to be like taking an ice-cold ice pick, sticking it in your joints, and then magnifying that about 25 times. So that's what sickle cell is. Our foundation focuses primarily on extending research into alleviating the symptoms of sickle cell disease. There is no absolute cure at this point, but through the research that has been happening over the last 20 to 30 years, we're moving closer toward that goal. My purpose for being here, and thank Sister Cooper Stokes for inviting us, is to challenge all of Mississippi that we need a sickle cell center here in Mississippi. Essentially because about 3 years ago, Mississippi spent about $13 million on patients who had sickle cell disease being admitted into various hospitals, mostly UMC, but also in Greenwood, Greenville area, North and South Mississippi. The stigmatization of sickle cell is, imagine you go into the emergency room and you're in pain. You have the weight of about a 2,000-pound ball on your chest because you're having acute chest syndrome, or your head is hurting, or you're feeling pain in your body like that ice pick, and you go into the hospital and you've lived with this condition for years, and somebody tells you you're a drug seeker. Imagine having to wait in an emergency room for upwards of 6 to 8 hours, riddled and racked in pain because someone has not seen you yet because you're not high on the priority list. Imagine being in that emergency room, and when you do finally get seen, you're treated as if you are a third-class citizen, so to speak. That is the impetus of the vision by Dr. Rathy Iyer, who's a pediatric nurse at UMC, wants us to push for, to have our own sickle cell center where we can get comprehensive care for those patients who have sickle cell disease. Now, Mr. President, I could go on and on, but is my 3 minutes up yet?
Stafford, you have two individuals who are here with you today.
Actually, we have several individuals who are here with us this morning. We have several of our board members from the Mississippi Sickle Cell Foundation. If they're around the room, if they would just stand where they are.